yeah. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Trash talking, who the best? Who make good or bad trades? Who pick the best players? Who got certified game? We just football lovers. Come and join the funny games with the Banter Brothers. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. You're now tuned in to the Banter Brothers with your host, Brian Paulo, and his co-host, Nick Johnson. Coming at you live with this week's fantasy football highlights and trash talk. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers. Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers, Banter Brothers.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry effing Christmas, mofos.
Merry Christmas, Nick, and
Yep,
everyone else.
And happy birthday, Johnny.
Oh, happy birthday, Johnny. Oh,
Hey,
I forgot
it's
to
coming
create
live
that.
at you on Boxing Day, and that just happens to be that poor unfortunate fool's birthday.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Johnny.
birthday, Johnny. Yes. Here we go.
Mhm.
Ah!
Very charitable spirit. Decided
Happy
to
birthday, Johnny.
Hey!
Hey.
Look at all the things that we have planned for you. Like, I don't know, a banner that says Happy Birthday, Johnny.
That's all I got. Happy birthday,
Johnny's
Johnny.
not even in capital letters.
I did a rush. Yeah. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, where you
Happy
going?
birthday, John. Yeah.
This is what happens.
Former
when you-
champ. Happy birthday, John. Former champ.
Former champ beat me last year. Not that
Yeah.
I'm sore about that or anything.
So happy birthday, Johnny. See you.
Bye.
Actually, one more thing. Congratulations, Banter Bros champion Nick.
Listen, I know that a lot of people were probably thinking that I had some kind of embarrassing, rub it in your face
Come on.
sort of thing. Listen, I know that whatever you had planned for me, should you have beaten me this past week, would have been epic and probably gone on for far too long. And you would have celebrated like, you won the Super Bowl or something. But here's the thing. A great mentor of mine wants to just act like you've been there before. And I realized, listen, I won the regular season Banter Bowl. I won the regular Banter Bowl. I won the playoff Banter Bowl. I should just act like I've been there before because I have. And so this isn't really terribly surprising to me. So I just like to say, better luck next year.
Yeah. I'm going to be very prepared next year. I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to have extra game face on.
An extra game face.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell me what you had prepared for me though? Because I'm like, listen, I think I got, when I won the regular season Banter Bowl 4 or 5 weeks ago, I think I got like 3-minute video or a 3-minute song I got to play and then dance around. What exactly did you have it planned what you were going to do for me?
Not planned, semi-planned, because I didn't want to have it all planned and then just really kind of blow in my face. It semi-blew in my face because I was just kind of like, I was just kind of preparing for it. It was just really pushing and not really concentrating. My fault. Lesson learned. This year.
Yeah. You know what? Listen, I was fully prepared to get the pie thrown in my face for this podcast, the whole thing. And then, hey, cream rises to the top, I guess.
C'est la vie sometimes, But I think this week you're going to have it coming, Nick. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, look, okay. So you're right. So this morning the news came out that Jared lost Travis Kelce. Boo-hoo. All right. But I also lost Dalvin Cook. And guess what? I lost Lamar Jackson. And guess what else? I lost his backup. So boo-hoo-hoo. I lost more players than you. I still win the loser of the losing bowl. So listen, I've pulled out all the stops this morning. I have gone as far as I possibly can.
Can we talk about that? Yeah. Can we talk about what you did this morning?
100%. Totally legit.
Theoretically, yes. Theoretically, it's legit. I get it. Is it like right on the line? Like, are we talking like right on the line?
Yeah, it's close. I mean, okay, here's the thing.
Close?
There is there is, I don't know, some collection of 450 tight ends that you can pick up. Okay. And on any given week, once you get outside of the top 4 or 5, what are you going to get? Who knows? Right. So I remember I had Mike Gesicki in like week 7, and he was like the 4th highest scoring tight end, and he goose egged me on like 8 targets. So it's on the line. However, this is my get out of jail free card. Okay. Jared knew that Travis Kelce was on the COVID list for the entire week. All right. He knew it. He didn't know if he was getting off. It was close. It was questionable. But guess what the commish was doing in good commish, ho, ho, ho fashion? I was giving him updates along the way. I let him know yesterday that he had been cleared in the preparation that should he be able to get off of the COVID.
Listen, just relax. I think Jared kind of knew about Kelce on top of that too. Like he
knew about it. So he's had 5 days to pick his best backup option. And guess what? He didn't do it. So when I found out today, this is the only weakness. Listen, Devontae Adams got him 28 freaking points last.
It's Devontae Adams. I'm sorry, Nick.
Yeah, it's Devontae. But no, I'm not complaining about it. I'm saying he got him a lot of points. So I'm in desperation.
That's his job. Number 1 receiver. That's a job.
No, you're not letting me finish my thought. Okay. So because he did really well yesterday, that's one of my hope that he doesn't do so well got thrown out the window. So the only possible wrench in Jared's spokes that I can throw is limiting his tight end options. That's it. I dropped my entire bench. Okay. I dropped the defensive players that, whatever the case is. I dropped my freaking kicker to pick up tight ends to limit his options on the basis that, I mean, listen, his guy can still get a touchdown and still get him some points. Like there's
which guy? Like he took like a quarter of the guys.
Yeah, but his guy got
shade. That's a little shady, eh?
His guy last week got 4 catches for 60 yards, which by the way is more points than what my George Kittle got this week. So he's not left with absolutely. Listen, when I played Johnny back in on it was Halloween, I picked up every quarterback except for the backup quarterback for the Cowboys because I felt bad for him. Johnny picked him up and, by the way, beat my brains in with him. So there is no tomorrow. This is the semifinals. The winner goes on for the big cash money prize next week.
Yeah.
The loser goes home with nothing. So
I hear you.
Jared had all the options in the world. I wasn't trying to skunk him or anything else. And when the word finally came out, I went hardcore in the paint. And so
hardcore indeed.
But it's not offside. What would be offside is if I picked everything up and just dropped them immediately. So I just turned them all yellow. So I just completely fucked them. That would be offside. Yeah, that would be way dirty. I would never do that.
Oh, okay. So you have a line. Okay.
Yes, I have more. While I'm letting you fuckers know on Christmas Day about the ins and the outs and the COVID results.
Scheffner, that's your job. Come on. You're Commissioner Sapp.
I do it because I have the information and I try to be helpful. But getting a text message while I'm eating my Christmas turkey last night from Jared going, "Hey, where's my Darius Leonard update?" It's like, "Hey, fucker, I don't get paid for this shit." So that's where your result is. See you later. Bye. But yeah, I do the best that I can, but I'm also allowed to try and win. And I'm allowed to be competitive as well. And so if I'm playing Jared and Jared's fully aware of the players that are in and out of,
I think Jared knows who he's playing against, fully aware of what kind of moves you're going to be playing. You're every trick of the book you're pulling.
Yeah.
You're Wile E. Coyote. You're pulling out everything. Dynamite, anvils, everything.
Yeah.
But
But guess what? If I happen to win next week, I have 0 bench. So I'm back to, so I'm screwing myself potentially for next week if I should get to a next week. But you got to get to next week to worry about next week. So it is what it is, right?
Focus, Nicholas. Okay, so let's go over the lineups this week, I guess. Like, you had a decent Deebo Samuel that did pretty good for you this week.
Well, listen, I had to do it based on my team getting ravaged with COVID the last couple of weeks. Did I mention that I lost Dalvin Cook this week? So
3 times.
Yeah. So based on that, I had to play all my Thursday games. I had to take the bird in the hand because if I tried to play the, like for instance, like I had in my mind, Devontae Parker, I liked a little bit better than I don't even remember who's on my team now that I dropped them all. I can't even look. But I had some guys that I did like, and I liked their matchups, right? Like
Yeah.
Devontae Parker had New Orleans. I had Jamal Williams was against Atlanta.
You dropped Jamal Williams?
I dropped everybody for tight ends, buddy. So I liked all of these guys as far as their matchups go, but then the word came out that what's the Swift? Why have I lost his first? DeAndre Swift was back and potentially playing,
Right.
and then they lost Jared Goff as the quarterback, so that started to become a little bit iffy. And then Devontae Parker is probably going to get lined up with Lattimore, so that's potentially iffy. So
Okay.
it just started to become this thing where I'm like, okay, I'm holding out hope, but what happens if one of those guys gets COVID on Saturday, a la Darius Leonard? Then I can't play them. Then I got to go to the waiver wire anyway. So I wanted to take the Thursday absolutes because the matchups were all sort of okay. Like everybody that I put in got me what they wanted, what I was hoping for, except for George Kittle.
Except for George.
But George Kittle was always going to be in my lineup. So it is what it
I
is.
get it. It is what it is. But
And then my defensive players did what I was hoping for a little bit more from my Indianapolis linebacker after Darius Leonard went out, but he got essentially the projections. And then DeAndre Campbell did well for me. So like I'm right now shooting above projections. It's just that Jared again got 28 from Devontae, right? So, I mean, I don't expect to win this week, but I didn't expect to win last week. I'm starting Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson
it's okay. What's wrong with Russell? He's okay.
stinks. I hate Russell Wilson.
Okay, so then go get another guy. Like, stop complaining. Like, you're already like just negative Nelly. Just go pick up another one.
I don't have anybody else. I had the backup. I don't even know his name. Tyler Huntley. I had Tyler Huntley. I was going to be playing him this week. He got COVID, so I'm off of that. And then it's either Matt Ryan or it's Russell Wilson, and I mean Russell Wilson just has a little bit more of a pedigree of not completely screwing you. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not really complaining per se. It's just that it is what it is.
No, I'm looking at Jared's matchup. The only thing is if just get projections and he's fine and he wins. You know what I mean? Like it's safe. Because of Devontae Adams extra 10 points.
What I'm hoping for is a Jared Allen stinker. I'm hoping
he got a tight end. Sean Agassi.
Yeah, that's what he's going with right now.
Good one, Jared. I like it.
Yeah, it's what? All in all, it's actually probably the best of what choices were available.
Well, Nick, like how many tight ends did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, Nicholas. You took 8 plus your guys 9.
I went for the Rizzy spoiler special, baby. The Rizzy spoiler.
This is a first, everyone. This is a first. This is how low our commission is going to go. Hey,
it's not low.
This is how low the commission is going to go.
How is this not competition and competitiveness? We all know. By the way,
on a line, like dude, like there's this line, and then there's Nick.
I'm over it.
Like you're like this.
I'm over it. When the spoiler special was picking up all the tight ends when somebody needed a tight end, it's completely on board and legitimate. If you do the turn and burn thing, that's gross. Do you know what I mean?
That's gross.
That's gross. This is not gross. This is extremely competitive.
This is not gross, folks.
No, it's not gross. Listen, again,
you're gonna lose. I'm sorry. Like I don't know. I'm looking at your matchups. I'm sorry, Jared. You're what else? I'm trying to give Jared some advice here.
No, that's fine. But here's the thing. Okay, and Jared should absolutely take advice from you.
I got Perryman off of you. There we go.
Nice. You didn't get him off of me. I dropped him last week because I couldn't hold him because he was out. And he's still
dropped. You could have saved him, but that's a big piece right there. You know what I mean? He's a tackling machine.
This is why you lost. It's because you weren't paying attention to your opponent.
I lost because it's just matchups and it was a wonky week, homie. Come on.
I couldn't hold on to Perryman because he was out last week with my other 5 or 6 guys. I couldn't do it. I had to pick up players to play. So I couldn't do it. He had been questionable. He didn't play last week. He's still questionable this week with an ankle. If he doesn't play, Jared's just going to drop him and pick up somebody else, right? Perryman's a good play if he plays. Absolutely. But I don't have the guys to pick up.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I just don't, right? So it is what it is. I'm ravaged with COVID and injuries. Jared is not. So he can
We heard
afford
you about that. Yes, you're ravaged with COVID. I get it. I got it. Yes.
No, but that's why you can do it.
Rojo, eh? Nicholas. Rojo, eh? Whoa, folks.
I got very lucky, right? So this is what I've been doing all season. So last week when I had no idea which running back I was going to play because of last week's COVID, not this week's COVID, last week's COVID,
Mhm.
I was picking up a bunch of guys. Leonard Fournette was going into that week. He hadn't practiced all week because of his ankle or hammy or something like
Okay.
that. And so I picked him up on the off chance that maybe he didn't get cleared. And then sure enough, he just gets re-injured. So
Yeah, I
now
saw that.
I picked up the starting running back for Tampa Bay.
Ooh, yeah.
And I kind of have a feeling he's going to have a sneaky good game this week. But
Really, Carolina's a pretty good defense. They're not like,
yeah, Carolina is a good defense.
good defense. Like,
Yeah.
they're solid.
Yeah,
And you
guess
think
what?
he's going to go off?
Singletary-
Rojo hasn't done anything all year. You know that, like, not even close.
Yeah.
This is the one. Now, come on.
Okay, so would you have started Devontae Parker over?
I'm just saying,
Over-
congratulations. I think Rojo is a fantastic start.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Awesome.
It's a fantastic start. I walked into a fantastic start, and guess what? Very much like James Robinson is going to be a smash play this week.
James Robinson is going to get more points than Ronald Jones.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
But if I happen to make it through to next week,
Oh my God, you're not making it through
No,
next
no.
week. Stop
if
with
I
this.
happen to make it through, Ronald
my
Jones
God.
is playing those very same Jets next week.
Next
there's my
week. Stop talking about this next week. You got to focus about this week, Nick.
I have no other players to play. I'm severely focused on this week, Brian.
I don't think so. I don't think you are. Look what you just told me. Next week he's playing the Jets, Brian. It's a fantastic matchup. Okay.
Yeah, I just complimented Jared's matchup this week. It's a smash matchup. Guess what? I will have the exact same matchup. Should I make it to next week? Listen, unlike you, I don't prepare to lose. I'm preparing to win.
Greasy move, St. Nicholas. Did you hear that? Yeah, greasy move, St. Nicholas. We had a comment. I think Jared was on. Yeah.
Is somebody on? Is somebody on?
Sean was on, yes. And so comment, greasy. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I can palm it. Show it. Ho! Greasy move, St. Nicholas.
We appreciate it. Can I tell you that I know that Jared appreciates it very much. All right. Is he actually making those comments?
Yeah. He
I love
did.
it.
I think
Hey,
he
Jared.
just left. I just saw he was in. I don't know. I think he's watching it later.
You know what? Jared knows. This is the thing. Jared knows. He knows when he went and picked up a tight end and he went,
I love it.
oh, I should have got my backup.
Greasy move, St. Nicholas. I
Well,
love
first
it.
of all, this is how much you should count on Jared's comments. Okay, he didn't even spell my name correctly. All right, there's an H in Nicholas. Put the H in it.
I'm gonna
You
put
know
a
what I mean?
star in it. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not Nicholas. I'm not that.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's still here. Yeah. Look at it.
Is he? Hey, buddy.
Still here.
It goes to figure that in the semifinals we finally get the live comments going. Just keep them going, Jared. I appreciate it.
It's hysterical.
Jared has a wonderful family. He's got a wife, 2 children. His mother lives with him, and guess what? He's foregone all of that on Boxing Day to watch St. Nicholas.
Love it. Love it. Are you kidding me? He has a chance to be in the finals. This is fantastic. Why wouldn't you, man?
Listen,
Everything to the side.
yeah.
Focus.
Listen.
Blinders on, man.
Yeah, listen. I mean, Jared is sitting here doing a couple of things. All right, he's doing the little regretful Annie thing. Is he sitting here and he's saying, I definitely not traded Madison to him. He took pity on me, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Even though he got a good deal, he got Clyde Edwards-Helaire and then a kicker on a draft pick. But he took pity on me, and now maybe that comes back to bite him in the ass, right? And he should have picked up whatever his choice is of tight end, because I didn't pick up any tight ends before this morning. So, it's one of those things, right? Yeah. So he's sitting there going, yeah, you're right. He's saying, he's nodding. He's like, you're right, Nick. I don't know why I didn't do that. I should have absolutely done that.
I don't know about that.
Hey, listen.
You're not a legend, kid. You're not a legend. You haven't won anything. You haven't won anything. You're not even a legend. You're just a football fantasy guy. That's all you are. You're just a guy.
My wife gave me this. She obviously thinks I'm a legend in something, Brian. So maybe it's like fantasy football period legend. Guess where I am right now.
Alone. That's where you are. Alone.
Yeah.
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 But I am in the bedroom.
Ooh. Okay, let's focus, kid. Like you're gonna lose. This is what you're talking about.
I am razor sharp focused.
No, you're not. You have nothing. You got
Razor
nothing.
sharp focused.
You got nothing. Okay, so we went over your matchups. You got really nothing, and you're desperate.
No,
and you're
okay.
just
So let's talk
you're
about
blocking
Jared.
Jared.
Yeah,
And so,
Jared.
but you know what?
Jared's
He
got a
still
great
picked
matchup.
up a good tight end, which is I think is gonna they're playing the Jets.
Potentially, yeah. It's Jacksonville. So it is potential. I think I saw that Laviska Shenault was supposed to be out. There's definite of the tight ends, he picked up the best one available. I mean, Jared's a smart cookie. That's why he's
Smart cookie.
in the position that he's in, for sure. I limited his options, but I can't pick up everybody. So he picked up I mean, in retrospect, he picked up a good option. What are you gonna do? You know, my hope is in the same way that you had Dawson Knox against the Jets 2 or 3 weeks ago, that Dawson Knox didn't catch a lot of points because they didn't need to throw it that much. They're just going to run it a bunch. So right now, Jared's got 2 Jacksonville players on his offense, and Jacksonville stinks from an offense standpoint. So
the Jets, but you know what? Jacksonville has new setup, right? So
listen, I'm not bad. Listen, there's nothing I can do to bash him. His team is really good. My hope is that Josh Allen falls down and that Bill Belichick does the Curtis Landry best team of the generation and shuts down Josh Allen. Although with Cole Beasley out and
who's the other wide receiver?
The other guy, not old man, not
Samuels. Not Samuels, the other guy. Yeah.
Anyway, the other guy's out. So my hope is that Josh Allen just essentially goes 2020 and just throws to Stephon Diggs all the time.
I hope no, he's going to go to Singletary. I think Singletary is going to be better, and that's the Curtis. That's where we're going to talk about in the other matchup.
Yeah, he might for sure, or he might just go Dawson Knox. Who knows? But the weapons are limited, and so my hope is this is what happens. So Josh Allen, I'm hoping he falls on his face. Right, Amari Cooper is a
against Washington. No, he's going to get points.
No, he's going to get. All of these guys are good. I'm not bashing them.
Yeah.
They're all really good plays.
Yeah.
All I can hope for is that they do essentially what Brian Paulo's team did last week and not show up.
Another shot again, eh?
No, I mean it's just the truth.
You're just greasing yourself even more, just more
greasing myself. This is
more greasing it up. It just fascinates me. You're like this. I'm all class. That's not class, homie. Yeah.
No, I just said that's what I can hope for. I can hope that his players don't show up, just like your team didn't show up last week. It's not you. It's just your team. It's not you. Like if my players get COVID, it's not because I wasn't taking my vitamins. Like it's not the same thing. You run the best team that you possibly could, right? So, Jared's got a good team. Listen, I really like Jalen Waddle this week. I hope that he doesn't play him. I know he's gonna.
Waddle.
But the real question is with some of these things is how much offense are they going to get and do they need and everything else? Like Tua was awful last week against the Jets.
I told you he was going to be awful, but he's a winner. He's just like the New England quarterback. Just win, do what you got to do. Like he is. He's a winner kind of guy. But points this year, he's not a fantasy point kind of guy.
Yeah. So my hope is that Gesicki or Devontae Parker get the touchdown and Waddle just doesn't do very well.
Sorry, man, that's his homie.
But again, I understand. These are my hopes. I'm allowed to have hopes and dreams.
You're allowed to have hopes. I'm just going to go.
To have hopes. Listen, when you're playing me, your hope is that my team doesn't do well. Yep. That's it. That's of course what you hope for. Curtis is hoping that Taylor's team doesn't do well. That's just normal. These are normal things. You can try and bash me all you want.
I am going to bash you. Yeah, I'm still putting it out there. Hashtag just not Nick.
You're trying, and I understand why you are.
I'm trying everything. Listen, right? I'm just pushing it out there.
If you're in the rung below me, I'm sure that's what you should be doing. But these are normal things. I'm playing Jared. I hope his team doesn't do well, and my team does. Okay, that's normal. Yeah. That's normal. So I like. So you want to go on? You want to go on to Curtis's matchup?
Yes. I'm picking Jared. By the way, Jared. Congratulations, you're on the finals.
Bah. Yeah. If I was being objective, I'm picking Jared's team as well. But I'm hoping.
Yeah. Okay. Next matchup.
I need another Christmas miracle. I deserve it.
Another Christmas miracle. You don't get another Christmas miracle. You already got yours, and that was last week. Sorry, homie. You got it. That was it.
Hey, just like my son, I can be greedy and ask for more.
Yeah, but life is. Do you get everything in life?
Well, against you, I do.
But not next year. I'll tell you this. Just this year, because last year you didn't get it. You didn't get it from me last year. The different story. This year I gave it to you. This year I felt bad. I just gave it to you. Anyways,
Yeah, okay. Okay.
next matchup,
Uh-huh. Next
the
matchup.
Landry Bowl.
The brother or the Landry Bowl, the Brothers Bowl.
Yeah, this is isn't this semifinal of the first season as well?
You're asking me questions, and I have no memory of
I'm
anything.
pretty sure this was also semifinals of the first season as well, Landry, because we also had Landry's going to the final.
I feel as though they've met up a bunch of times when
I
it's
think
been
it was
crucial
they
moments.
should
I
they
don't
should
know.
know. So
Well, I'm sure they remember because they're personally, infected with this rivalry of sorts. So of
yeah.
course they would know. I don't remember
I'm pretty
because
sure.
I don't remember what I do for my own kids from a moment to moment standpoint. So I
Yeah.
forget things. The commission lets you know about things, but I don't remember these things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But anyways, the Landry Bowl, one Landry is going to the final. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Tough
Yep.
matchup. This week is tough for Taylor.
No, it's tough for Curtis. Listen, again, just like Big Daddy Commish over here, when Curtis lost 4 net this week. That's a
Get
big
it?
loss.
Yeah.
That's
But Jackson's gonna take it up. Like
he lost Eckler as well. But
I
those
get that. But he's gonna I know he lost Eckler, but Jackson is a good pickup.
But he's not Eckler.
I get he's not Eckler, but he's still gonna give him more points and the more volume. Like he's a good guy. Like he's did you listen to Eckler's podcast?
Well, I've been letting people know about the comments on Eckler's podcast.
That's
Can I also say that I also posted, "Hey Curtis, you should go after Jackson." I posted that as well. The commission's trying to help. Listen, I could have tried to pick him up and help myself out.
You're such a nice commish, you know that?
Listen, I bring all the presents to the little good girls and the little good boys.
Did you hear that? He called you a girl?
Yeah. And I try to offer, listen, you had Hurts on your roster because I gave you that thing and you didn't start him. So ho, 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 humbug from you. So, I mean, it's as good of a backup as you could possibly hope for, right? So, like Curtis is doing the best he can. I mean, he did okay with Aaron Jones, but not great. Kyler Murray did okay, but not great.
Emmons did great.
Great from Edmonds.
Great from Emmons.
Buda Baker did well. So far he's gone above his projections.
Yeah.
But guess what? Nick Chubb, 26 points.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, 25. So Taylor.
I hear he has big boys. I get it.
I mean, listen, very much like right now, I think it's almost identical between myself and Jared and Curtis and Taylor with the projections. Like right now, I think I've got like a 35% chance to win. That's what Curtis has got.
Yeah.
So we've got a chance, but the big boys, the number 1 and number 2 in our leagues, have come out firing.
No, I hear you. And so the only thing that Curtis has to do is, I guess this is where is the flex. Like Emmons said is good. Sanders is the question mark.
Well, I mean, you don't like Sanders.
I don't like Sanders. And so it's either going to be Sanders or it's going to be Singletary because someone's going to get the passes. And so you play the guy with the volume, which is
I'd play Singletary for sure. But again,
Singletary is the running guy and he can catch, right?
Here's the problem, right? Like I want Curtis. Like I feel bad for me and I feel bad for Curtis because you're losing these guys.
You feel bad for someone?
Yeah, I feel.
You feel? The Tin Man feels.
Yeah. If I only had a heart.
You're the Tin Man, right? That's
I could use all my thistle, and I could.
See what I mean, everyone?
If
See what I mean?
He
plays it perfectly. You're the Tin Man.
Yeah, whatever that song is. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's like everything else, right? And this is what I said to you last week, and it's true. Okay, you can try and bash all you want, but you know what you want to do when you go into these matchups? You want to have your full team, right? Like I would love to have Lamar and Dalvin Cook against Jared because Jared's got a good team, right? And I'm sure Jared would love to have Travis Kelce. Right? Like you want to be able to throw your best up against, and I'm sure Curtis would love to have Austin Eckler.
100%, I get it.
Yeah. And so Taylor right now, I mean, I think the one shot that Curtis has, this is my thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Kamara is going to have a very poor game today because he's got the third string backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? And there's nothing else. And so Miami has been a good defense the last 5 or 6 weeks. And but this is what I don't understand. It's the same thing with Devontae Adams yesterday. It's like there's only one guy that you really have to defend from the air game standpoint. Why are you not throwing 3 guys? Like if you watch the Thursday game with San Francisco, they double team Kittle the entire time. They're like, he's not. Okay. I don't know. They should have 4 guys on where they should have 2 guys go to the left, 2 guys go to the right for whichever way Kamara decides to go and say, beat us with anybody else. Right now, they're probably not going to do that because I don't know. I have no idea. But if they do that, Kamara is going to get nothing because Sanford or New Orleans they don't have a lot to play for anymore. They don't have a quarterback. There was a rumor that they actually called Drew Brees last week to see if he would come out of retirement. And apparently Drew Brees was like vacationing in Hawaii, and he actually went out to try and throw a couple balls to see if his arm still worked. And he's like, So New Orleans has nothing except for Kamara. So Kamara is projected at 20. If somehow they hold Kamara to very, very little, that's the window potentially that Taylor's going to start Kamara. There's no doubt about that. How you're not going to bench him, but there's an excellent opportunity that he gets you like 5 points, and so that's the equalizer, right? And so that's Curtis's possible chance.
I see it in Kamara because I think Miami's going to win. To tell the truth, I think they're really going to lead.
Miami should absolutely win.
I do. I really do. And Higbee, like he has the tight end as Higbee, and I don't think he's going to do anything. Higbee's just everywhere.
Listen, if Taylor wants to try and go onto the waiver wire for tight ends, I think he's going to find that there's not very many options there. So I think I think Higbee is a good choice because Minnesota doesn't have
Komet.
Minnesota doesn't. Does he have Komet?
Yeah, and he's playing Seattle, so maybe you play Cole.
No, I still go that guy. I go.
I don't know. I'm
because Seattle again. I mean,
I had Higbee, so I'm done with Higbee. I
mean, listen, he doesn't need a lot from Higbee. Listen, he won with Blanton once, so I think Higbee.
Blanton's available.
Yeah, but I mean, the Rams have a good passing offense, except when Stafford plays Big Bad Nicky J. So, right, you like that one?
Crickets. You hear the crickets?
Yeah, well, there's nobody here.
Will be.
Where's Jared? Is there anybody still listening? Anyway, that was a good one. But
it wasn't.
But you've got Jamar Chase versus Baltimore. Baltimore has no secondary. Justin Jefferson is going to get his points. We've seen it all year long. Kamara again is that weak spot. Higbee is again he's going to probably get 3 to 5 catches for somewhere between
3 points,
30 to 50 yards, and you're hoping that you get a touchdown out of him, right? Zeke or Mixon versus Baltimore, okay. Mm-hmm. Zeke versus Washington, okay, that's fine. Like he's got a good team. How do you bash it? So what you need, so very much like myself with Jared, is Curtis needs Taylor to have a couple of guys. Like he needs a Jamar Chase to catch no passes again.
Yeah, he needs a couple of bad games. Like 100%. He needs a 0 or a 1 or someone getting hurt, getting a 1. 100%. A doubtful, like for sure.
Yeah, if there was 2 teams, okay, that absolutely needed and could afford and wanted to get injured or COVID stuff, it's the Taylor and Jared team because they're the guys to beat, right? The 2 underdogs that are coming into this week are the 2 guys that have been affected the most by injuries and COVID. Yeah. So we need bad things to happen to them to possibly in real life compete. That's it. I mean, that's all you can say. So Taylor and Jared are both obviously the favorites, but guess what? You were the favorite last week, and I still beat you. So things can happen.
Yeah,
but on the odds, more than likely, Taylor and Jared, the number 1 and number 2 seeds, are going to be facing each other next week, pending a Christmas miracle from myself and Mr. Goop Eyes.
No more Christmas is done. You're not going to get no more Christmas miracle.
No. Boxing Day is still holiday. It's all incorporated in.
No, it's not. You already had you already wished your wish. You can't have another wish.
That's not true. You listen.
You don't have a lamp. This is your Christmas wish. You get one, right?
I was just about to say, have you seen Aladdin? They get 3 wishes in that.
You don't have a lamp. Last time I checked.
I got lamps. You want to see? I got a lamp. 1 second. I got a lamp right there. Look.
I'll go rub it. See what you get. Go rub it. See what you got. Go. Let's see what you got. Yeah.
My name is Nicholas. It's Christmas time.
Nicholas, you know what rhymes with Nicholas?
Nicholas. I bring you little presents.
Did you hear that? I bring you little presents.
Yeah. Listen, we're all hoping for Christmas miracles.
Present for you.
My wife has a stat day on Christmas Eve. My stat day is on Boxing Day. that means that it's all incorporated in the same holiday. The same holiday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is all you can hope for, right? Like the 1 o'clock games come game time. That's all you can hope for. I hope that Jared's tight end falls on his face. Curtis obviously hopes that Kamara falls on his face. This is all you can hope for.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So,
but listen,
it's going to be good matchups.
It's been a wonderful 2020 fantasy football season. The podcasts are going strong. I'm getting requests going like, when are these podcasts? When's the next podcast? I ain't the next podcast. I'm like, I don't know. So we'll keep it. We keep it going. You know, as long as you want it, I guess.
Keep it going. Keep on trucking.
Yeah, keep it going.
Keep it trucking. So let's. I guess we're good. That's it. Yeah. Hashtag not Nick. Just not Nick. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's the consolations, but I guess apparently nobody cares about those. We don't.
No one cares about consolations. Sorry, boys. I'm sorry. Like, you know, even us, we got no time for us. Let's just bash the other guys, and that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, you know, watching enthusiastically, at least for me, and I've checked this. This is very important. Is that most of the rest of my guys are all done at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to know after 1 o'clock how badly I'm probably going to lose by, or if I've even got a shot. I don't have to go into the Sunday night games. I don't got to go into the Monday night. I just can't do it. I'm getting all my guys in and out and hope that Jared just gets all COVID and everything.
Well, whatever. I don't think it's going to happen. Sorry, kid. You had your wish, you're done. So
I hear you.
Anyways.
That's what it is.
See you, folks.
See you, buddy.
See you guys. Oh, I guess I should end it. End!
Well, that concludes this episode of the Banter Brothers with your host, Brian Paulo, and his co-host, Nick Johnson. Make sure you tune in each and every week where they'll be ripping up the airwaves, delivering you the fantasy football highlights. Again,